Awesome Championship Wrestling returns to the MJN Convention Center in Poughkeepsie on May 17th with Aftershock, presented by Aspire Brewing and Mid-Hudson Pump. In action, you'll see the ACW World Champion Richard Holliday defend his title against Indie God Matt Cardona. The crowning of the ACW Tag Team Championship will take place inside a steel cage as Poughkeepsie's own The Now take on Sent to Slaughter. You'll experience history as the first ACW Women's Champion will be crowned in an elimination match featuring Kelly Madden, Vicky Venuto, Tiara James, Tina San Antonio, and former WWE superstar Indy Hartwell. On the card, you'll also see Real One, formerly known as Enzo Amore, TNA wrestling stars Moose and Mike Santana, ECW legends Tommy Dreamer, Danny Doring, Little Guido, and Joel Gertner, wrestling legend Crowbar, straight from Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Zach Clayton, and many others. Tickets can be purchased through Ticketmaster, or you can save on fees by visiting the MJN box office in person or buying over the phone. VIP meet and greet packages and more can be found at thisisacw.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BCP Plus. I am Senior Editor Kelvin Cayley, and joining me at this time is a man that has become synonymous with hard work, making his rounds through the independent channel. You know him from AEW when he got to start there, working with Sammy Guevara, Guevara's best friend. He's joining us now. The man who is making his waves across the industry, Mr. Fuego Del Sol. Fuego, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for your time. How are you?
I'm doing very well, man. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. I want to start here. One thing that I've noticed about you, and I just want to ask, you have a knack for finding a way to stand out, but it's coming from a place where not too many people go. So things people normally miss, you make a point to use that and stand out. Where does that come from? That coming from left field, using things that people don't normally, you find what's missing. Where does that come from?
I wish I could tell you. I feel like all my life I wear my heart on my sleeve. I put 100% into everything I do. And I am generally, I'm pretty self-aware of my situation. I try to be very aware of like what's going on in the wrestling industry, what is going on in this particular wrestling card, what's been going on in this company. How can I be different and stand out, whether I have 1 minute or, a whole night of segments. It's just little things that I like to do. And it's part of me just putting my all into everything. That's how I've been all my life with sports. Into wrestling, I put 100% of myself into anything I'm doing, whether my goal is to make someone else look good, my goal is to make you laugh, my goal is to make you cry and plug on your emotions, or my goal is to make you believe in Fuego del Sol and winning a match. So I just try my best to stand out and let people see that I am doing this with 100% nothing but passion and effort.
Absolutely, man. And that's a great answer, because one of the things that you talked about in there, something I wanted to go over too, is that your time in AEW, you were enhancement, kind of, right? But seeing this side of you on the independent, is that something that you wanted out of your AEW career? And did that bring a bigger chip to your shoulder on the independent circuit?
Without a doubt. I feel like I never had a giant indie run before I got signed to AEW. When the mass wrestling audience was introduced to Fuego del Sol, it was through AEW Dark as a enhancement talent. And so guys I looked up to in pro wrestling did the indies and did the circuits. And I was doing small indies, but all over the US, but it's just nothing with major buzz, none of your like PWGs or big promotions like that. So people didn't know that I could go. They really only watched me have short matches on Dark and watch me get over with my personality on Sammy Guevara's vlog. But so as soon as I hit the indies, that was my main goal. I need to show people, hey, when giving actual time in the ring, if you give me 15 to 20 minutes in the ring, I can freaking go. I want to show the world that I am one of the best in the world, bell to bell, between those ropes. And GCW gave me a phenomenal opportunity to do that and to showcase my skill and to grow and evolve against phenomenal uprising indie opponents. And I'm very thankful and grateful for that. And I feel like I've shown a whole new side for the people that do get to pay attention to GCW. I know not everybody watches the indies, and there's not a
Right.
giant machine like an AEW or WWE pushing and promoting the smaller independents. But for the hardcore fans that do pay attention and that do follow me and that does recognize these young independent guys trying to come up and make a name for themselves, they get to see firsthand just how much I've been able to grow and just how good I really am.
Right. And GCW has been like that platform, but Matt Cardona brought a lot of eyes to GCW just from his time there. And I noticed you kind of followed that model. And going back to AEW, what was that feeling like from your first contract? You get the contract in the middle of the ring. What was it like going to the independent circuit and then coming back to AEW and that ROH run you had?
Yeah, I definitely think like the past 4, I guess now 5 years of my career has been the ultimate roller coaster ride, not only in just my situation, but just in emotions. I have went through the gambit of, I've been hired, I've been let go, I've broken my foot, I've healed up, I made a small return, and nothing has happened. I've got to showcase myself on the independent scene and have some of the biggest matches of my life. So it's like, I've experienced it all. I thought I wasn't going to get signed to AEW after, 40 something dark matches there. And then I end up getting signed. And then I,
Right.
stopped getting used for a little bit of time after exploding onto the scene, I felt like. And that's, makes you a little hesitant or bitter or things of that nature. And then you get released and you have to re-find yourself and refocus on all your goals and what you want. And then, I almost feel like I got over that release and got over my time there at AEW and really made a name for myself. And then they asked me to come back and do a small run in Ring of Honor. And so I come back and do that. And I feel like I kill it even more so than I did my first time around, but it doesn't lead to a major contract. So, I mean, I say all of this as a mouthful to say I've experienced every type of emotion, but what I've learned is that I am in love with the journey more so than the destination. No matter what I've done in my life, wrestling or otherwise, if I put my whole heart into it, I find success. I achieve my goals. Sometimes there's certain things out of your control that you cannot stress about, and you'd have no final say on certain things. But what I do have final say over is how much effort and hard work and grit and determination I wake up with every single day. And so that's what I focus on, and it's only led me to success. And maybe not what everyone else maybe defines as the ultimate success, but little success that compounds and grows upon itself. And so that's something I'm very proud of. And that's something I've learned to enjoy is the grind of everything.
Man, I love that answer. I love that answer so much, man, because the journey is something people often overlook, and just being appreciative of those moments. Um, but speaking of that, you got a busy weekend coming up. Being that you put your 100% into everything you do, you have 5 matches in 3 days. It was 6-4, but now it's 5-3. Talk to me about what this week means for you, because it is a big week in the industry. There's going to be a lot of eyes and ears descending on Las Vegas. Talk to me about what being in that atmosphere means to you.
I remember being a young indie guy and just watching some of the best wrestlers in the world, even at the time, maybe unknown, come to a WrestleMania weekend, have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches in 3 or 4 or 5 days, and being so inspired by that. I want to be the guy who is so in demand, who is wanted by so many different companies, that I get that opportunity to work and showcase my ability. And as a pro wrestler that wants to push himself, to push yourself not only physically, but mentally. You're going to be running on lack of sleep, lack of rest. You're going to be sore. You're going to be tired. To push through that and to try to knock it out of the park in every single match and opportunity that you get that weekend in front of so many eyes is something I've always strived and wanted to achieve. And now I get that. I really didn't have a giant indie career before AEW. And then when I got to AEW, they wouldn't allow us to participate in matches during WrestleMania weekend. And then finally, last year, I got a small taste of it, but I had a show canceled on me. So I really only got to do 2 shows. Now this year, I really get to dive in with 5 shows in 3 days. I got 1 on Wednesday night, 2 on Thursday, and then 2 on Friday. And it culminates in the final one Friday night, where I put my mask on the line against Atticus Cogar's career at Joey Janela Spring Break. Over 1,000 tickets sold already, pushing towards 2,000 tickets sold on one of the biggest indie cards of the year. And I'm so ready and looking forward to it. I'm in the best shape of my life, and I cannot wait to show up and show out in Vegas.
Man, that Joey Janela Spring Break, I want to come back to that, but run me through the events that you have going on leading up to that.
So there's a company from Colorado called Colorado Wrestling Connection, CWC, running out of the FSW, the Future Stars of Wrestling venue in Vegas on Wednesday night. I'll wrestle the FSW champion, Danny Limelight, someone who I've wrestled in AEW before, one-on-one for the FSW championship. Then on Thursday morning, 2 shows at the exact same time, 12 o'clock, both of them at noon. Pandemonium Pro Wrestling, which is an LA-based promotion.
Yep.
Me, former WWE superstar Duke Hudson out of Chase Hugh, and my old vlog crew running mate, Alan Angels, will be in a 6-man tag match. And then immediately, me and Alan will then go from teaming together, jump in a car, drive 6 minutes to a different venue, and wrestle each other in a fatal 4-way match for Big Time Wrestling, another company over on the West Coast out of Los Angeles. So I have 2 on Thursday back to back I have to go from trying to put together a game plan to win a match with Alan Angels to putting that friendship aside and beating each other up in another match. Maybe we can use some of the same tag moves that we used in the 6-man tag to then, get rid of the other 2 competitors in this fatal 4-way. So it'll come down to just friendly competition. Knowing Alan, he's going to try to sneak me from behind, but it'll be okay. Then on Friday, I wrestle a hot young luchador for the Texas Wrestling Cartel. They're a company I've wrestled for a lot down in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm really looking forward to that match against Briante. He's a phenomenal young stud coming up in the lucha scene. So I cannot wait for that one. And then that's at 1:30 on Friday. And then later that night, 7 o'clock, Joey Janela Spring Break, Mass versus GCW Career, Fuego Del Sol versus Atticus Cogar. My first spring break. I was at Joey Janela Spring Break 2 in New Orleans way back in 2018, working as a doorman, helping guys, helping take tickets at the door just so I could help out and watch the show. I watched Gunther, who was then known as Walter Wrestle PCO, in a phenomenal match that helped put both of them on the map. I watched Joy wrestle the great Sasuke in the main event in front of over 1,000 people. And I thought, man, hopefully one day I get to be a part of a show like this. And here we are so many years later, after a crazy AEW run, to now proving myself on the indies, to have earned a spot on one of the top indie shows of the year. I can't wait. There's a story behind this match. There's a brutal rivalry that I've developed with Atticus Cogar, and there are major stakes to this matchup. Probably more hatred between any opponents on the whole show. So it's going to be something that stands out and will be different. And I cannot wait to rid GCW of this sick, demented, twisted son of a bitch, Atticus Cogar.
Hey, you said it best, man. And you talked about being in the best shape of your life. This is absolutely going to be a war. Was that something you were prepping for? And are all of these the combination of you stepping into the ring with Atticus Cogar? Because it seems like you are putting yourself through a gambit to get ready to go to the war. Is that the case here?
Absolutely. I feel like warriors are made for war, and I am a warrior through and through, and even if we're not at war for 11 months out of the year, I will be ready to go the first day of that 12th month. And even though I'm wrestling 4 matches in 2 days before this, I will be ready to go that night. I think it almost excites me. It's a sick and twisted mindset to have, to be excited to go into a war like I'm going to go into Friday night. But I have that mindset and I cannot wait. I am just scratching, itching, and clawing. And that's why I've been using all of this anger and frustration and excitement and motivation to put in the time and the effort in the ring and in the gym to put myself in peak physical condition for this week altogether. I'm hoping I knock it out of the park in every single opportunity, and I'm dead set on doing just that.
I agree with you, and I know you will knock it out of the park, but there are high stakes also on this match. Loser, either career is gone or the mask is gone. How are you feeling? Knowing you're going to war, I know that, but knowing the stakes, what is that feeling going into this match?
I was unfamiliar with Atticus Cogar. He left GCW before I got there, and then he slowly made his way back, and I see him taking sick, dark interest into Joey Janela and Joey's girlfriend, Megan Bain. And, I watched from afar, not realizing I was going to have to run into this roadblock known as Atticus Cogar. I kind of set a major goal for myself. I wanted to win GCW gold this year. I wanted to be either tag team champion or world champion in GCW. And I feel like I was gaining momentum, wrestling and beating some of the top independent names in the world, going head to head and toe to toe with former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Zack Sabre Jr. on last minute's notice and murdering it and proving to everybody, not only GCW fans, but the GCW brass in the office, and showing them, hey, Fuego del Sol can be that guy. And just as I thought I was going to achieve my goal and get to some gold in GCW, I ran into the roadblock known as Atticus Cogar. And what I assumed was going to be a normal wrestling match, he took it too far. He developed this sick obsession with my mask, and we've been fighting ever since for months now. And he's been a thorn in my side. And I feel like the only way to truly get rid of him and get past him is to make sure he never wrestles or steps foot in a GCW ring again. This mask has become my livelihood. It is both a shield to my private life, but it amplifies my presence. Every time I step into the ring, I become this superhero known as Fuego del Sol. And so to make light of that, or to, disrespect that, and to try to take this name and this face and this trademark that I've built for the last 11 years.
It's trying to take it all away from you.
It just ain't happening. I refuse to let it happen. And so if he wants to disrespect me and disrespect what I built, I will show him that same disrespect. It's anything goes. And I am going to show a side of Fuego that Atticus Cogar wish he never would have opened up in this sense. He revealed something within me that is going to come out and bite him in the ass this coming Friday night. And I can't wait.
Neither can I. I will be in the building for that one. I can't wait. Yeah. The GCW is always a great card, but this card is something that I've never been to a spring break, so this is my first run at it. I've been to GCW before, but never a Joey Janela spring break. I'm very, very excited for this one, man. Can't wait.
Get you some rest. Stay hydrated. Catch your breath, because it's gonna be a wild night.
I know. I'm gonna nap now because I know as soon as I get to Vegas, I'm not sleeping. So
it's gonna be rough.
I can't wait, man.
I need you to start the Fuego chants.
I will
in that building. That's what I need.
I will. I'll be front and center.
I love it.
Well, that's all I got for you, man. I can't wait. Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the show, man. It's a pleasure talking to you, knowing where you go. One last thing. You've always been someone to give back. Talk to me about your coaching, because I don't think that gets looked over enough. You have a lot of students around the Texas area that speak very highly of you as a coach. What is it like giving back to that?
I think I almost enjoy teaching and helping guys achieve their goals more than I enjoy wrestling itself. It's so crazy. To see someone struggle with something and work on it and fixate on it and then overcome maybe a fear and get it right and do it correctly, and then to see them take that same mindset and attack the indies and get on different shows and things with it. it truly brings a smile to my face. It's a joy I did not expect when I started getting into teaching, but it's something I'm truly passionate about. And so to see some guys that, are kind enough to say I had a hand in helping them, I truly enjoy it. And it's selfish. As much as they are happy that they're getting to become pro wrestlers, it's selfish. I get this enjoyment from it so much. So I don't think I'll ever stop helping people learn and grow in pro wrestling. I very much, and I'm just an idea guy in general. I come up with finishers or moves or structuring matches and things of that nature. I come up with different things like that all the time. And so I love helping and pass that on. If I can just, write the forward in someone else's story, I will gladly throw out that line or that catchphrase or that move and, be thankful that I got to be a small piece of their career.
I love that, man. And where can people find out about your school? If they're interested in it, how can people keep up with you?
Yes, if you are anywhere near the Oklahoma area or even the northern Texas area, I run a school called the Texoma Pro Wrestling Academy. We have a Facebook page. That's probably the best place to reach us, is Texoma Pro Wrestling Academy on Facebook. We also run multiple shows with Texoma Pro Wrestling, some in Sherman, Texas, and other ones in Ardmore, Oklahoma. So I definitely would love, if anybody is near the area and want to come train with one of the best, I will push you and try to make you better. Awesome. Or I will push you and make you quit. That's really the only two options.
I love it, though. I love it. All right, Fuego, man. Again, thank you for your time. It's a pleasure. We would love to have you back on if you're available, man. Thank you so much. But everybody, please, if you're in Vegas, he's going to be around. Go to a show. You won't be disappointed. Fuego, thank you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me and let me talk a little bit and spread some promotion for this week. I appreciate it a lot.
Sir. Yes, sir. Anytime, man. Anytime. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Until next time, you guys be safe. Take care of each other. Peace.
BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin, only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back our sponsor, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andros, and the the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE-recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCollum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure with over $150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at Jay Vogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly, where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week. Please welcome in our new pod and daily site sponsor, Twisted Shamrock Studios and Spa, located in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Twisted Shamrock is a retro spa experience for the average Joe and Jane. Meet the next evolution of recovery and relaxation. Right now, you can try their introductory offer, where you can try a core service to include massage, skincare, facial, stretch therapy, body slimming, toning, personal training, and spray tanning for 30 minutes for just $30. This is perfect for our wrestling pals as well. Book today. Call 484-574-8868 or visit www.twistedshamrockstudiospa.com. Guys, please welcome back our returning podcast sponsor, USDN. USDN Podcast is run by USDN Chairman and the Council of Nerds. We bring you all the latest news and rumors from the world of nerds and consolidate it right here at the U.S. Department of Nerds. USDN is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Follow them at facebook.com/US Department of Nerds. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for 2025, the Ropes and Riffs podcast, featuring Maestro John Kiernan speaking with the stars of professional wrestling about their in-ring, tunage, gear, and so much more. Check out John's interviews with the likes of Lince Dorado, Mercedes Martinez, and so much more. Find the Ropes and Riffs podcast on all major podcast platforms. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsor, EM Collectibles, featuring live signings, collectibles, toys, and more. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and stay tuned for their upcoming events. Upcoming events right now, March 8th, Hernando Toy and Comic Show, the Hernando County Fairgrounds live signing with Super Crazy. March 22nd, Neg Dog Championship Wrestling presents Music and Mayhem in Hudson, Florida with special guest Super Crazy. March 29th and 30th, 2025 Syracuse Collectors Con in Syracuse, New York with Bill Alfonso, Gary Wolf, and the quintessential stud muffin Joel Gertner, March 30th only. April 5th, New England Fan Fest, and we'll have Buff Bagwell. April 13th, 2025, our premiere show, Bring Back the Memories Toy Show, and May 10th, our renowned 90s Wrestling Con in Morristown, New Jersey, guests to be named soon. BCP is sponsored by Warriors of Wrestling. Saturday, May 10th at Most Precious Blood Church in Brooklyn, New York, featuring former TNA superstar James Storm. Also featuring The Allfather, Darius Carter, Danny Moff, Chris Steeler, TJ Marconi, Warriors champ Roger Mendez, Danny Storm, Mike Titello, and a whole lot more. Get your tickets now at warriorsofwrestling.com. BCW and Shadow Wrestling Alliance present Anniversary 8, a Jurassic celebration honoring the life of Vince Steele. Live Sunday, May 25th at the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Doors at 5, bell 6 time. Get your tickets now.